Good morning. Today is Monday, October 4th. This is Talent Talk. I am Jurgen, and with me today is
Boo,
a buzz.
boo.
We're creating a buzz this morning.
I guess I'm the pickle in the middle. Good morning. I'm Davina, and to my
It's your boy, Steve. Good morning, everybody.
Good
good
morning.
morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
It's the first Monday in October. The air is fall, the fall air, the leaves are turning.
You know, I feel like I missed the boat real quick. I'm looking at us right here, and you two are wearing pink. Why is that?
Because it's October.
It's October.
It's Pink October.
Yeah, it was part of that one movie, but they didn't quite get to pink. They stopped at red, The Hunt for Red October. I don't know.
Oh gosh, you know what? Okay, we'll let that one go. So, good movie though. But anyway, we are wearing pink because for the month of October, we are participating in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so we are definitely just showing our support. We've got an event that's coming up this weekend that we'll be participating in as well for Making Strides, and we're fundraising. So we are representing. And Steve, you're wearing pink. We just can't see it, right?
That's right.
Okay, there we go.
Just adjust the color on your monitor. And good morning, Donna.
And you don't need to stand up. It's okay.
Yeah. No, I love what. Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning, ladies.
And Steve, definitely love the question because for Pink and what we're doing, Davina mentioned that we are raising money. We're working with Making Strides for that. We've got a walk this weekend, but through the whole month of October, we have a link that will be in the comments. We'll probably post it once or twice at the very least, that if you want to help us support us in breast cancer awareness and trying to find a cure and make things better for anyone who has been afflicted by this. We're looking to raise $5,000 this month, or actually well more than that if we can. But that's our minimum goal to meet in there. And we definitely have a donation page set up. And we're working with Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, the American Cancer Society, to put this together. So,
absolutely. So today, as we talk about what we have going on for our Talent Talk, we have a topic that we're going to be discussing. And
really?
Yeah, really. And it really, yeah. And surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. And so we are going to be talking about our Realtor Association and the value behind our Realtor Association, specifically with what's going on with RPAC. And so we're going to learn a lot today. And Steve, we have a trivia question to lead us into this, don't we?
We do. Excited to bring this guest on, and we always have a trivia question, which kind of leads up to it. So, trivia question for today is: when was the Realtor Political Action Committee created? Also known as
what?
The Realtor Political Action Committee.
Oh.
Was it 1969, 1973, 1975, or 1966? Drop your answer in the comment section and we will fill you in at the end of the show.
Yeah. And we'll actually talk a little about even what the RPAC is along the way, just in case you didn't know.
That's right.
That's right. So, but you got to drop your answer in before we give the answer. Right.
We'll play along.
All right. So I guess we'll go ahead and we will introduce our guest today. And he is super knowledgeable. He is the Government Affairs Director for the Washington Realtors. And this guy has been part of the Realtor family for 20 years at least. He is a resident of Washington. He grew up here and has been living here for many, many years. And he also is a resident of Olympia. So we're talking local moco. And And we're just really excited to have him on to talk more about what's going on. When we talk about real estate and we talk about what's the realtors are doing and the Realtor Political Action Committee is doing, we're going to learn a lot. And so, without further ado, let's welcome Nathan Gorton.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. That was quite the intro. I appreciate it.
We are, well, hey, you are quite the guy. So we appreciate you coming on this morning. And hey, love the chandelier in the background, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not an acorn.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Only in your world, Jerkin. It's okay.
Hey, just a squirrel looking for a nut.
Wow. All right. Well, we back to business. So let's talk a little bit about. We've been talking about this acronym RPAC, Realtor Political Action Committee, and we've been talking about Realtor as well. So there's a couple things. There's Realtor and there's RPAC. Can you just we'll just start it off with before we even get into RPAC. What is a Realtor?
Yeah, great question, right? So a realtor is not, as some people think, just a real estate broker, right? It's not the same thing. A realtor is somebody who is a member of their local, state, and national associations of realtors and agrees to live by and do business by the code of ethics that is advanced by the National Association of Realtors. And I do know that there is some confusion out there. I will tell you this: it is a trademark that we take very seriously. I was minutes away from getting to testify in U.S. trademark court against a broker who left the realtor family but insisted that she could still use the term realtor because, quote, in America, you can't own words, end quote. She found out the hard way. The reason I didn't get to testify was because she settled. It was a pretty expensive lesson for her. So we do take it seriously. We do send cease and desist letters to people who use the realtor term if they're not actually realtors. We take it very seriously, and you have to, because you can lose the trademark if you don't take it seriously. So,
wow. Nathan, you talked about realtors and in being part of having membership as a realtor. Can you talk about maybe the importance of being a realtor?
Yeah, absolutely. So part of what being a realtor means is that you're supporting the industry, right? And so when you write that dues check every year, I know sometimes you write it with a smile on your face. Some of you write it with a little grumbling.
Always with a
smile. But right, you're supporting the industry. You're supporting the local, state, and national association, and because of that, right, we're a big team, right? We have 1.2 million members nationwide. We're the biggest trade association in the country nationally. We have about 23,000 members here in the state. And it's one of those things where when you all join together, you can really make great progress on issues. And I think for everybody, everybody wears their own kind of political hat or their own issues hat. And I'm sure everybody on this call, there's probably 10 to 20% of stuff you think, well, realtors shouldn't be doing this, they should be doing this. But I think we get the 80% really right. And I think we agree on the 80%. And it's just kind of a team sport, right?
Yeah. And that's a great lead into what you focus on most. So as realtors, there's a lot to do with, in real estate, being associated and affiliated with being a realtor. But you are frontline on what goes on with RPAC when you talked about being able to really advocate on behalf of realtors. And you don't only advocate on behalf of realtors. So could you tell us actually what RPAC is and what you do with RPAC?
Yeah, sure. So RPAC is the Realtor Political Action Committee, right? Or Realtor PAC. And I know for some, maybe PAC is a little bit of a dirty word. To me, it's just part of the business of real estate. And there's this saying in Olympia, and actually we started in Washington, D.C., if you're not at the table, you're probably on the menu. And that's what Realtor PAC is. It's being at the table. And it's, we use the Realtor PAC to help us make sure that we have friends on both sides of the aisle so that when issues important to real estate are discussed, we can be at that table and we aren't on the menu. And so, it's part of what politics is these days, whether you love it or whether you hate it. It's a necessary part. So we actually have the definitely the biggest business PAC in Washington State. And we always fight back and forth with the Washington Education Association over who has the biggest PAC. Right now, we're in the lead this year, and we hope to kind of finish strong, but we'll see what WEA does. They have a pretty strong PAC as well. And that stuff gets noticed. It's why when an issue comes up, I can call the Senate Majority Leader, Senator Andy Billig, and say, hey, Senator Billig, I know that you guys are looking at this part of this bill. I need you to understand how this impacts real estate. And you need to be thinking about this as you guys move forward on this bill. We have a great relationship with all four caucuses: Senate Democrats, House Democrats, Senate Republicans, House Republicans. We're the most bipartisan PAC in the state, and we're proud of that. And as a result, we get a lot of face time with legislative leaders, and it helps us advocate not just for our members, but also for your clients as well, right? For homeowners and those people who want to be homeowners, for business owners and property owners and those who want to be that. It's necessary. I know some people roll their eyes, but in this day and age, if you don't have a strong PAC, you're probably not getting great results.
And I know Davian has got the next question. Just as a comment on that, just oftentimes bills or legislation gets crafted, and it's crafted with the best of intent without recognizing what the impact actually is. And that's one of the things definitely I've seen with our PAC, being able to take that, help dig into it, and when there's something, help to bring to attention some of the impacts it might have that are outside of what was intended.
So just a quick story about that. We're dealing right now, and this will be fine, I'm not that worried about it, but there's a fairly new legislator, and I'm sure that, a lot of these bills, it's kind of, they happen because there's a personal friend who experienced something, right? And so this legislator approached us and said, hey, I want to make some changes to the Seller Disclosure Act. And, every year there are changes to the Seller Disclosure Act. And so we said, well, sure, let's talk about it. And she was like, well, I really want to know, I think sellers should have to disclose whether or not animals defecated at a house. And it's like, well, okay. I mean, let's talk about, right? Like, what is the standard? And then she said, and also we need to remove the don't know box from all seller disclosure questions. Sellers either need to be liable for what they're selling or not. And when they say don't know, that's too easy an avenue out. And it's like, okay, all right, so let's have a discussion about this. Let's show you all the case law. Let's tell you why you actually need the don't know box there, because in a lot of cases, the property owner doesn't, there's no way they can know, right? And so let's talk about why this is. And so, right, it's just like you said, right? It's best of intentions. I'm sure she had like a family member who, unfortunately, most home sales are success stories. Every now and again, that unfortunately, a buyer gets into a situation that is unfortunate. We want to make sure that there aren't bad laws that pass because one buyer, got into a situation that was unfortunate.
Yeah, this is really good, and a lot of when we're talking about legislation and things that are kind of planned and coming down the pipeline and having discussions, there's something that has and just want to also say that we're going to talk a little bit more about some things that RPAC is working on in legislation, and also talk about some things that RPAC has done in the past. But I think one of the things I think that will really help with how important the things are that you're dealing with right now is just what has happened in recent past. So we had a pandemic, or we're still in it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so we didn't have time to plan. There's no time for things coming down legislation. It is, okay, we're in a place and this is it. And things started just happening. And something happened in our industry that didn't last very long because of RPAC. Can you talk a little bit about that? And this affected everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone on the screen, every person that wanted to sell their home or buy a home, everyone in the real estate industry. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So, right. So COVID hit, people were kind of unsure of what was going to happen. And all of a sudden, on a Monday, the governor handed out emergency rules, essentially saying what businesses could work and what businesses couldn't work. And real estate was one of those businesses that could not work. And so, of course, we started getting just a deluge of calls like, hey, I have a seller, I have a buyer, right? And it was during a fairly hot real estate market as well. And so, you're working hard for these offers, and just to see them just like go away, because of a governor's rule, I know was really frustrating to a lot. And so we went to work, and literally 2 days later, right, people got kind of a 4-day weekend, and then they were able to get back to work. We were the first industry that was added to the essential services list. And there were a lot of industries that waited a long time, right? And if you have any friends or any clients who are builders, you probably heard from them during that time. In fact, we had a call with BIAW where they were like, how did you guys get on the essential services list so quickly? Can you help us? And can you help us think through our strategy? So yeah, we were really proud that we were able to get the industry moving again in a safe way, right? We worked with the governor's office on protocols, on ways to practice real estate so that your clients could still have their transaction move forward, but do it in a safe way. And I'll tell you this, I'm really proud. The governor's office kept stats on industries that had COVID cases related to it, and real estate is not even a blip. So we were able to show that that the industry could move forward, that your clients could be helped, and we could do it in a safe way. It was a real win for everybody.
Very nice. What I love is the fact, everything that Realtors does, for the Realtor members and even for the consumers. And one of the things that you even talked about a little bit earlier was really pertinent to this market is our hot real estate market and the shortage of maybe some inventory, and talked about maybe one of the bills that you guys had that you were working on to help increase that housing inventory.
Yeah, right. So we know no matter what market you're in, wherever you're at in the state, inventory is an issue, right? And so a few years ago, we really worked hard on condo liability, on updating condo liability laws, and we were successful in that. I think we're starting to see condos come back very slowly. The bill passed 2 years ago. It takes a little while for the market to catch up with legislation. So I think we're starting very slowly to see condos come back into the marketplace. I know we are here in Olympia, right? There are a couple of condo projects right now as I walk around downtown that are happening. But that's not enough. There's another bill that we're really going to be pushing this next session. We worked on it last session, actually, with Olympia House member Jessica Bateman, who is a really, really good member on housing issues, and we really enjoy working with her. House Bill 1157, and what that would have done is allowed local jurisdictions to take a piece of their jurisdiction and upzone it, and upzone it and allow missing middle housing, right? So duplexes, triplexes, small condos, cottage housing, things like that, which tend to be more affordable. And as a way to incentivize them, it would give the local jurisdiction a piece of the state real estate excise tax for every new unit that was created, right? It's the best way to, from whether you're talking about my 6-year-old or cities, the single best way to incentivize people to do something. And so that's what we're trying to do. The bill actually made it through the House, really strong bipartisan vote out of the House, made it to the Senate, and just couldn't get through Ways and Means. But we'll be back this next session, and we're going to work. And I think we have a good shot at passing it, because we know we need to do stuff to encourage local jurisdictions to provide more housing for your clients, because I think it's the number one issue right now.
Well, that's good. I mean, you're talking about, and also if anybody has a question that might be viewing, drop it in the comments. We'd love to relay that, and being able to catch Nathan's ear for a moment is what a great opportunity. You mentioned, David brought up the pandemic. We mentioned housing availability or the lack of right now. And one of the things that happened during the pandemic was an eviction moratorium. We've heard different things about it. Nationally, it's expired. In Washington, it's been extended. Certainly, RPAC has been, the Realtor Association has been involved in the conversations. What can you tell us about where the eviction moratorium stands in Washington?
Yeah, right. And that's been a tough issue. It is a challenge. I do think that it's in when the pandemic was at its worst, and I guess, frankly, with Delta, it's kind of coming. We're kind of back in those days, unfortunately. It's not great public policy to be evicting people. It just isn't during a pandemic. But also, it was landlords who were having to shoulder that burden, right? It was landlords who were having to pay for that policy decision by the state. So a couple of things that we advocated for were making sure that landlords had access to any sort of a rental assistance program, and that if for some reason tenants weren't applying for that rental assistance, that landlords could apply for that on behalf of those tenants. And, I think one of the frustrating things is we worked with the legislature, we worked with the federal government to have a lot of resources for tenants, and bureaucracy has really, really slowed down getting that money out. There is a lot of money sitting there for tenants and for landlords in Washington State right now, and it's been given out at a very slow pace. Right now, it's up to the counties to be giving it out. I think we're advocating to maybe move it over to the Department of Commerce, who does a better job of that. But the resources are there. I think we just need to get it out. I do believe, and the governor was pretty clear that when he extended it for one last month, he said, this is it. This is the last extension. So, tenants, you better be talking to your landlords. Landlords, get ready. We don't want you to evict people, but we understand that sometimes you have to. So we do think that this will be the last extension, 30 days, and then we'll be through this challenging period.
Interesting.
So currently, it's every month it kind of slides back or for whichever direction later. So right now it's the end of this month. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, we'll be keeping our eyes open and maybe reaching back out to you, Nathan, to see, okay, where is this? Because, and also, do the jurisdictions, the local jurisdictions also are able to, can they extend it on their own in their own areas, even though the state has a date?
Yeah, they can certainly, yes, they can. So far, though, the only local jurisdiction who has done that I am aware of is Seattle. I think the other change, I've talked to a lot of landlords about this. A lot of landlords are telling me that they are using, even before the moratorium went into place, they were using the eviction process maybe kind of 10 to 20% of what they used to use it as, because there are a lot of good mediation services out there now that really help. And then the mediator gets to be the quote unquote bad guy, right? And it's not the landlord. So I think that we're going to see, when we see that the state ban on evictions expire, I don't think we're going to see a lot of local jurisdictions jump in and do it, because remember, these are the same local jurisdictions that are struggling to get the money out. So it's like, let's just get the money out, right? That's how you help everybody, is get the money out. So
get those wheels pedaling.
Absolutely. Nathan, what other issues that as realtors working on right now that maybe brokers, consumers may not be aware of?
Yeah, so we're getting ready for our next session, which starts in January. And I think we have a pretty good legislative agenda. I think one, and I'll mention just a couple of bills here quickly. One has to do with the use of love letters, right? Or, as that's parlance, I guess, right? But those are the letters that sometimes buyers will write that talk about why they should get the house. And, those can slip very, very easily into fair housing violations. And again, it's like legislators, right? Nobody is intending to, buyers aren't intending to break the law, but they're dangerous. And I know that the WR hotline attorney, Annie Fitzsimmons, who's amazing, kind of has developed a procedure so that they don't violate fair housing. But Oregon recently banned them. California's thinking about it. So we thought we should get ahead of the game and work with a legislator who we work well with, so that we can move forward a bill that would ban it in a way that makes sense within the industry, rather than have maybe a legislator who we don't work so well with take this on as a cause, and then we wouldn't maybe be able to make some changes. So you're going to see a bill on that. You'll also probably actually see it paired with another bill. There was an interesting Court of Appeals decision that said that a real estate broker owes the duties that they owe only to their client in a transaction and not to the other parties. So think about, right, the duty of honesty, right? Like, basically what they're saying is you only have to be honest to your client. You don't have to be honest to the other broker in a transaction or the other client in a transaction. That is counter to what we believe license law says. It's not good for the industry, and it's not good for consumers. So I think we're going to run one bill that both bans love letters and also clarifies, no. You owe these duties to all parties in a transaction. We just think that that's good business. You'll probably also, some of you may be aware that there's a NAR and the Department of Justice are talking back and forth. They had thought that they had reached a settlement, and the Department of Justice kind of pulled out of it. The NWMLS now has a rule about disclosing compensation. We're probably going to have a similar bill that would also require disclosure of compensation. In this era, I think consumers expect transparency, and the NWMLS believes it's good policy. We also think that it's a good policy and will help us kind of stay a step ahead of Department of Justice as they keep looking at these issues and make sure that the practice continues to thrive without sort of outside interference. So you'll probably also see a bill like that.
That's good. You mentioned about the duty and honesty and everything else. And one of the things that Realtors has is a code of ethics that really steps up the integrity that we prescribe to as a Realtor, as opposed to the bare minimum of what's required by the state. The code of ethics really steps it up and above that to make sure we are trying to be as ethical as possible. And with when you talk about the different things that are on the docket right now, and we did talk a little about what happened at the beginning of the pandemic, the RPAC has been around for quite some time and has been instrumental in bringing some things to the present or up where we could actually, as both consumers or those within the industry, can see a benefit from it. Could you talk about some of the things that RPAC has been a leading edge or a leading force in helping to get past to help all people in real estate?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, we do survey our members fairly regularly because we want to hear kind of what you want us to be working on. And we know an issue that is of importance to you all is taxes, right? And taxes around the real estate transaction, taxes that you pay, taxes that your brokerage pays, taxes that your clients pay around the real estate transaction. Always scores very highly on our survey. So we've worked really hard on that. And just in the last 3 years, we passed, there was a bill that kind of redid the real estate excise tax a little bit. And as a result of that, just about every home seller saw their real estate excise tax bill go down, right? So that put more money in the pocket of sellers. Now, if there are any commercial brokers watching this, they're probably throwing something at the computer because, yes, commercial transactions kind of made up for that. It is true. And sometimes that's just how it works. So at least for people who are selling homes, for most people, the biggest financial asset they have, they get to keep more of that money, put more of that money back in their pocket. Then 2 years ago, when the state increased the B&O rate on virtually every service business, they exempted real estate brokerage services, right? We were really the only service business that got exempted. And so that puts more money back into your pockets, right? Every transaction you make, you get to keep a little bit more. The brokerage gets to keep a little bit more. And then this last year, we worked really hard. The state was very determined to pass a capital gains tax, or depending on how you view the issue, a capital gains income tax. And so we worked with legislators to make sure that real estate transactions were exempt from that state capital gains tax. And ultimately we won that exemption. And so while every other sort of investment vehicle is going to be paying state capital gains tax, real estate sales will not. So again, more money back in your client's pocket. It makes real estate, frankly, an even better investment vehicle than it already was. And so these are some hard-fought victories that come about as a result of RPAC.
That's great.
That's great. We are going to actually get into our trivia question and get a wrap up as it is getting late. But just one last question, just because we're talking about Realtor and we're talking about if you're not a Realtor and if you are a Realtor, just clarification for those that there's probably some agents out there that might even question if they are a Realtor or not. But if someone isn't a Realtor, how do they become a Realtor even if their office is not a Realtor office?
Yeah, good question. Well, they need to find a Realtor office. The way that the Realtor Association works is you're either a Realtor office or you're not a Realtor office. So I would say this. I would say that part of the industry is we want to make sure that everybody is successful and leaves the industry in a better place. Part of that is being part of Team Realtor, right? And helping the industry out. So if you're not in a Realtor office, I would encourage you to take a look at a Realtor office near you. And there are lots of benefits of being a Realtor. And I'm sure you guys probably know a pretty good Realtor office if they have any questions.
We absolutely do.
And Davina, you might have also been leading towards this with your question too. Like, if you're not a real estate agent, but you're affiliated in real estate services, there's a way of being able to support as an affiliate as well, right?
Correct. You can become an affiliate member, and that also helps support the industry at large. Yes.
So this is good. All right. Well, this is great. Thank you, Nathan. And we've been enlightened, and I think there's definitely been a value add here with what you've shared with us today. And we really truly appreciate being a Realtor. We really do. We use the R. We need some more R button. We need to get some more R's in the office. I'm just saying.
Okay. Okay. I can make a note. Let's see if we make that happen.
Okay. And before we close out, Steve, why don't you share with us the what's our
trivia question?
Yeah.
Yeah, so trivia question was, when was the Realtor Political Action Committee, RPAC, created? 4 choices, and they were 1969, 1973, 1975 or 1966? Not sure if we got one answer in for C. Debbie is saying 1975. And the correct answer is, it is 1969.
Brian Adams had it right.
What's
Okay.
I had to go a little obscure there.
Was that like the summer of 69 or something?
It was.
Okay. Oh gosh, Jurgen, shock collar, right? I mean, that wasn't a bad comment, but I'm just saying.
No, not at all.
Nathan, we have to keep him on a short leash,
Yeah, that Hunt for Red October joke is pretty bad.
He's doing pretty good today, though, I'll say.
Yeah.
So yes, RPAC just celebrated its 50th year anniversary here recently, as Nathan, you were mentioning as well a little bit earlier with us. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nathan, appreciate you coming on and everything that you do and RPAC does for our industry. It is huge, and we thank you.
Hey, thanks for the opportunity, guys.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day and your week.
You too.
All
All right. So, bye, Nathan. So we have a couple of things, actually. So some things that are going on, and then we have a giveaway. I don't know if Jared, are we doing that? The announcement? Are we waiting for our next one on Friday?
Yeah, let's do it, and then I think we still do it. I don't know. Facebook is having problems. Facebook crashed and it's down like nationwide. So.
Oh.
What?
It crashed like at 8:44, and I thought it was the Wi-Fi, but it crashed. Okay. Yeah, so
we saw the zero. The viewers dropped to 0. I was like,
yeah, it happened as soon as Facebook crashed, and so I know Debbie was one of the people that entered the giveaway, and so that's why she was probably tuning in. But I think we can still spin it, and then we'll post the video, this full video after we're done, and then we'll just reach out to whoever wins. But yeah, our Facebook is down like everywhere, so that's,
oh my gosh,
it's unfortunate.
So you're not watching this live, but it's okay because we are still gonna get this out to you guys. So
yeah,
all right. So let's do this. So again, we're spinning. We're doing a wheel spin. Tell us a little bit about where these entries came from, Jared.
Yeah, so we were at a booth and participated at Lacey Children's Day this past weekend, and great event, tons of kids. It was superhero themed, so a bunch of people and kids dressed up as their favorite superhero, and so the giveaway was you had to comment your favorite superpower on, or like if you could have a superpower, which one would you want on our post, and so everyone that commented their favorite superpower was entered to win a $25 Ferrelli's gift card. So let me share the wheel.
All right, let's see who the big winner is.
Okay.
Big wheel spinning around.
Can you see it?
Yep.
We can see the wheel, yes.
Okay, and I'm spinning.
Yes, you are.
I'm spinning.
Okay. And it is Missy Westman.
Yay.
Congratulations.
From Washington.
All right. Congratulations, Missy. And what does Missy get?
$25 Ferrelli's gift card.
All right. We love Ferrelli. Yes. Awesome. All right. That is so good. I was going to ask, you said, the people that participated actually wore, I was thinking to myself, what would be a superpower that I would like to have? That's a thought-provoking question, because there's some superpowers I would say I'd want to have, but then after thinking about it, I don't think I'd really want to have them,
So Facebook is down still, but I did have the post pulled up before, so like if I reload the screen I won't see it, but Missy's her superpower she would have would be invisibility, so that's what she chose.
To make herself invisible. Okay.
Her superhero name would be the Wallflower.
Oh gosh. Wow. Okay. So great. Thank you, Jared, for popping in and doing the spin. Congratulations again, Missy. And stay tuned because we have events that are coming up all the time. We are loving to get people out. As you know, this year has been definitely even the latter part of this year in regards to us not doing anything because of COVID. And now we're actually having and hosting events at booths just like old times. So this is good. We
Well, you didn't answer the question though. What would your superpower be?
Oh, me? Mine?
Yeah. Steve? Jared? What would it be?
Mind control.
Oh my God.
Now, are you talking about like being able to control the people who don't talk?
Every one of them.
No, that's mime control.
Mime.
I don't know what mine would be. I don't know. Teleportation, maybe. That'd be nice.
Teleportation. Ooh, that's a good one.
It is, unless you teleport to the wrong spot. Just
Super.
not quite the right coordinate. Halfway
Yeah.
on the wall.
Yeah.
There's like movies off of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Like,
I was
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was thinking like time travel or something. You know, that'd be kind of.
But any superpower you can think of, if it's just a single superpower, you can figure out why it would be terrible too.
Oh yeah.
I could think about like flight would be awesome, so I don't have to sit in traffic. I don't have to, but then I gotta worry about being hit by things I'm not looking for.
Oh my gosh.
Or
You know,
how do
you know what? If I had a superpower, honestly, I think I would want a superpower that would fix the world. And you know what would fix the world is if we had the this sounds like so corny, I know, but like if we had the superpower of love, like a love potion that we could just spray across the entire globe, and then everyone has this love your neighbor.
It'd be awesome, but then part of the human experience is control. Having personal freedom to make
have
your
a
own
will,
decisions.
right?
And,
So
free will.
They'd still have a will, but their will would be.
But their will would be what I want it to be.
Right.
Hence mind control.
Right. Right. So anyway. All right. Well, what was yours, Jurgen? Oh, you said flying. Was that a real one?
Maybe flight, but I'm not necessarily sure. I agree. It would be one of those things you'd really have to think about because they're so. It's like what is the monkey's paw? Like, be careful what you wish for, because you might get it, but the consequences of you getting that might be worse than not having it in the first place.
Yep. Very interesting. So
yeah.
So sometimes you may think you're better off with what you got, even if you ain't got much, right?
No. Or find a way to give. We're working with Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. Donation link is down below.
Yes. And then we do have things that are coming up this week. We have do you want to go through that run through that real quick, Steve, before we jet out for our day?
Yes. So first
jet out, just like flying.
Flying. First up this week, we've got our Wednesday business meeting for all our Llamanos Scout brokers. Next up, we have got Forms Friday, where we go over a real estate form Friday at 9 a.m. And next up, we got Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk for October 9th, where Davina is repping her Making Strides pink shirt. And we will be meeting at the Rack in Lacey to do that walk. I think it's at 9 a.m. on Saturday. So that'll be an awesome event. And also we got a Lacey Shred event coming up on October 16th. You can find out more about that at our Facebook page when it is up and running, and also at our webpage. So that'll be coming up. We'll give you more details later.
Yeah, and that is going to be at the Lacey office at 8825 Town Lane.
Correct. And next up, I think, was that Greg Markoff, Certified Negotiation Expert class, 15 clock hours, 3 days, October, I think it's 18th through the 20th. Okay. And I think that is almost it. We have our Friday update with Jurgen and Davina, and that is at 8 a.m. and they are bringing you the real estate
8:30.
news. It's at 8:30? 8:30 on Friday. So check them out because they are bringing you all the updates on what's going on in the real estate, our local real estate market, new listings and open houses. So,
and if anybody wants to tune in early and save your spot in line to watch the show, go ahead. We encourage it. I mean,
You can hang out early. Steve, if you slowed it down just a little bit and lit a candle, I would say, and lowered your voice another octave, I would have thought we were getting the updates from Barry White. Just saying.
I'll work on that. I will work on that.
Play the music in the background.
no, you should have, when you laughed, you should have been ha ha ha.
Oh man. All right. Well, it is time for us to go ahead and make it a wrap today. And we enjoyed, gosh, this was a really great day. Just feel like we're better than we were coming out of this broadcast than we were coming in with the knowledge and information. So thank you again, Nathan from Washington Realtors, for joining in and sharing with us today. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys back again on Friday and another episode on Monday. And in the meantime, we want you guys to just be safe and be bold. And we're going to say that all together with a big proclamation and raising the roof in our places that we're in right now. Let's get that on the screen. And who's counting us down? Who's going to passionately count us down today?
Oh, I can do it.
Okay.
Here we go. This is our declaration to do something that takes you outside of your comfort zone, makes you grow, or helps you grow today. And we do it by saying a big, be bold together, like Davina had mentioned. And I will count from 3 down to 1. And at the end of 1, we all say, be bold. And that's our declaration to do something that helps us grow today.
Yeah. And Jared, I'm just saying, you gotta give it your all. You gotta give it your all, bud. All right.
You gotta bring it, Jared. You gotta let the neighbors next door here.
Yeah, we want to see you register on the Richter scale. So.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. From 3, 2, 1. Be
bold.
All right. Bye.
All right. See you guys later.
Oh, it's still ending. I think we're still going to be on there. It still says ending broadcast, and we're still live.
It says live still.
Yeah, I'm curious what's going to happen. Is this because of Facebook? And will this append at the end of the video?
I don't know.
Is this going to be put out there too? This will be awesome.
Jared, actually, when this all happens, check out Facebook. And wow, it really isn't ending. Interesting. Check out Facebook. I don't think any of once it dropped, I don't think any of it will replay on Facebook because it won't have captured it.
Yeah.
So we'll probably have to, yeah, it's not ending it. So we'll probably just drop off of here. But
Okay.
download, you'll probably have to download the episode and then just chop off the end.
Yeah.
And then re-upload.
Mhm.
All right. We'll say bye again, and we'll
All right.
log out. All right.
Well,
See you later.
You, and you. Wait, did I
Bye.
have that right?
Yes.
No.
Bye, Jurgen.
There we
The
And
after show right there.
bye.
Bye, guys.
See ya.